There's been a lot of discourse about romantasy as a genre and how it's apparently ruining fantasy. According to fantasy experts, also known as men on the internet, it's just badly written smut, and it's nothing like real fantasy. As someone who reads a lot of romantasy books, I felt like I should investigate. So I decided to read the books the internet deems real fantasy to see how the genres actually compare. For this experiment, the first book that I am reading is often considered the gold standard for fantasy books, and drumroll please, it's Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. When people like to talk about real fantasy, this is the series that oftentimes gets pointed to. There's complex politics, corrupt moral compasses, the whole thing that fantasy is supposed to have. Apparently, Game of Thrones has it. Despite the massive popularity of Game of Thrones, I'm going in completely blind. I've not even seen a minute of this show. I haven't even read the back of this book. I have no idea what this book is about. My current understanding of the plot is there's a very uncomfortable looking throne and everybody desperately wants to sit on it. I'm reading this book and I'm going in with no nostalgia, no attachments, no agenda, just to see what the story actually prioritizes, how it handles relationships, power, characters, world building, and see how that compares to other fantasy, if it's better, worse, or about the same. This is all based on my opinion. Take what I say with a grain of salt, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start Game of Thrones and see what we think.
Oh, did you just eat? You smell like stinky fish.
A quick check-in because I'm 22 pages in. No, I'm sorry, 24 pages in. So far, the world building is essentially non-existent. I've been given the names of 800,000 characters. Don't know who they are, don't know why they're important. There were some men in the prologue who played soccer with a dismembered head. That was awesome. There's wolves, don't know why they're important either. And something that I really wasn't expecting, in Daenerys's point of view, mind you, this is a 13-year-old girl. There's a whole paragraph about how her brother, his fingers brushed lightly over her budding breasts and tightened on a nipple. Why? Her brother? Did he think about doing anything else? I'm so uncomfortable. You can write literally anything. It's fantasy, it's a fake world, and you're still sexualizing a 13-year-old girl. That's not sitting right with me, and it's concerning that it's sitting right with other people, in my opinion. I know that this book has a reputation for being dark and brutal, but to me, incest doesn't fall under dark and brutal. It falls under disgusting and wrong. It's like I got hit by a Mack truck of disgust. I'm really trying to stay open-minded. I know it doesn't sound like it. Gonna keep trying, I guess. I'm in a robe, I've got no makeup on, and I'm about to do my nails because I am unemployed, lazy, and on my period. I also have an update on Game of Thrones for ya. I'm not finishing this book. You can pay me to finish this book. I don't care, and in my humble opinion, I don't think it's well written. There's 1,017 people, don't care about any of them. There's a 13-year-old girl being essayed. That's not sitting right with me. There's tension between these houses, and then there's that ugly ass throne that everybody needs to sit on, and I don't care. I'm on page 199, and I think this is really what did it in for me. This is the 13-year-old, Daenerys. Khaleesi, you are with child. I know, Dany told her. It was her 14th name day. You're telling me you want me to read about a pregnancy trope of a fucking minor? Hey, one question. Are you on drugs? I think that you can discuss violence. I think that you can discuss assault. I think you can write about patriarchal systems in a way that doesn't seem voyeuristic. It didn't feel thoughtful at all. It didn't feel like there was any care or intention being put into the writing. It felt just like disgusting. I don't really know how to explain it other than I just don't feel comfortable reading about essay done to women written by a man. Because what do you know about that? For me, like the writing just did not outweigh my discomfort, and that's unfortunate, but that is the truth. With that being said, I'm choosing to put this book down 200 pages in. You know, what can you do? Sometimes you just have to take the L, and I am more than okay taking the L with that book. Oh hey, I'm still in the same robe, it's just a different angle. The next book that I'm going to be reading by a man is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Actually, I am excited to start this. My brother recommended it to me, but my brother also recommended Game of Thrones, so I'm not really sure that his word can be trusted anymore. Sorry, Christian, if you're watching this. Let's hope this book redeems him. I don't know what it's about. A fascinating world, one that deserves a sequel. That's what the back says. I think it follows a man. Once a hero arose to save the world, he failed, but hope survives. The determination of an unlikely heroine. A heroine? Wow, I think this is about a girl. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook of this while I do my nails. Here's to hoping it's better than Game of Thrones. I just finished part 1 and I read 100 pages in one sitting. It took me 2 weeks to read 100 pages of Game of Thrones. So already a million times better than Game of Thrones. Plot-wise, we're kind of doing a heist thing. Vin and Kelsier are the two main characters. Vin's our young girl who has these magical powers and she's not well versed in how to use them. And Kelsier is almost like a mentor for her. I really like him, but I'm honestly not sure that I trust him. I'm not sure if that's foreshadowing that's making me feel this way or if it's just Vin gaslighting me because she doesn't trust him fully. I'm suspicious. Brandon Sanderson's writing style is similar to Pierce Brown and I really like it. It's really clean and readable and also interesting. The world building, there's a lot of metal happening, alchemy shit that like I don't really understand, to be honest. Unfortunately, I'm a moron, but the world building is cohesive. It makes sense. I'm not like gnawing at the bars of my enclosure to read more, but like I actually want to read it, which is honestly a pretty high praise considering that I wanted to slam my head into a concrete wall anytime I had to pick up Game of Thrones. And there aren't any children being sexualized, so really awesome that that's not happening. I'm going to keep reading and I'll check in when I'm like halfway through the book. I'm over halfway through Mistborn. I'd like to talk about it because I have some thoughts. First of all, Vin, super cool. Love her vibe. I really love reading about her. Her motivations make sense. Round of applause to Brandon Sanderson for being able to write from the perspective of a 16-year-old teenage girl and not be weird. The heist is not as cheesy as I thought it would be. The heist is actually overthrowing an oppressive government. The allomancy magic system thing that we have going on, really cool, and I'm really confused majority of the time. At one point in time, I was reading and I was like, this kind of sounds like Babel by R.F. Kuang, however you want to say it. And then at another point I was like, no, they're eating the metal. Are they eating the metal? I couldn't tell you. I'm still not really sure. That doesn't seem plausible to me, but maybe they are. The metal thing is confusing, so we'll circle back on that. Not only is there like magic, an oppressive government, but there's also like a royal court. Feels almost like Regency era. There's a lot going on and there's a lot of possibility. I don't know. I'm not sure how things are gonna play out. Obviously, that's the fucking point of reading, dumbass. But I'm really enjoying it and I'm having a great time, honestly. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading this book and doing my puzzle. Am I gonna cry? Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay, they're swallowing the metal. It's been swallowed. We are going to talk about my final thoughts on Mistborn, and let's close this argument about romantasy versus fantasy, shall we? Starting with my thoughts on Mistborn, I still don't really understand the magic. The whole metal system thing, it's cool as hell, but it is confusing. That being said, once I stopped trying to really understand exactly how things are working and why, things started to get fun. I think the world building is really solid. The structure of the story is really well done. The characters are incredible. There's a found family vibe with the heist group. Zooming out to like the bigger picture, Mistborn has romance. Not only does it have romance, but the romance is very important to the plot. And I think that that's like the common argument / misconception when it comes to romantasy, is that the romance is just smut and it's not even needed for the plot. Romance is absolutely needed for the plot because romance a lot of the times is the driving factor in why humans act the way they do. I think it is very interesting that when men write about romance, it's fine. But when women enjoy romance written by other women, suddenly it's like frivolous, all because it includes sex. Doesn't make sense to me. I will never understand that argument. And honestly, the one fantasy book that I did read that did have explicit sexual encounters, my experience reading it, I feel that the sexual scenes in this book leaned heavily on a lot of non-consensual sexual advances happening towards women. And like, it wasn't used to like deepen characters or deepen relationships between characters, which in contrast, when I've read fantasy written by women, the sexual scenes that happen are predominantly centered around consent and it's like about the woman rather than what's happening to the woman. That is my takeaway from this. I did really, really, really enjoy Mistborn, and I think I'm gonna say this is a 4.5 star book. Maybe a 4-star book. I don't know. We'll go with 4. We'll go with 4. With that being said, thanks for watching this video, and I guess I'm gonna go continue. Maybe I'm gonna order the second Mistborn. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna order it. And scene.